Let's.
Tony? How
What's
you
up now?
doing? I'm
How are you
fine.
doing?
I'm good, Jerry.
No,
Welcome
you
to the
look
show. Of
dashing.
course,
You
thank
look
you as usual.
tantalizing. Easy on the eyes, Biko.
Take it easy, please, on me, please. Thank you.
How
Anyways,
can
welcome to
someone's
the
child be
show.
this fine now?
God, please, please allow me to breathe well.
Please can I
Anyways,
take a picture of you in my heart?
welcome to the show, Tony.
And I am privileged having you on the show as well.
All right.
It's a privilege to have a fine girl on the show.
Thank
So
you,
I'm
Tony.
supposed to be privileged.
Okay. Lying right in the center of Europe, Slovakia is a delight to explore. Crumbling castles and medieval towns can be found tucked away among its stunning scenery, with lots of interesting historic sites and cultural landmarks for you to discover. This country is an European Union member and its economy is recognized as one of the most stable in Europe. Welcome to the Midday Show live on Echo Television International. As usual, I have Tony in the studio with me. As you can see,
In
I'm
the
excited to
building,
have
Tony in the
Tony.
building.
Welcome, Tony.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well,
I don't
thank
even
you.
necessarily have to ask how are you because you look good.
Thank God we don't look
you
like
look,
our
you look.
problems.
That's just it. Suppose we are looking at our problem. I mean, looking like our
Honestly,
problem.
like
It's not going to
seriously,
be
we know what
easy.
people be looking at us as and how
True,
we feel.
true,
But
true. But
then,
we are
thank God for
fine.
life. Anyways, welcome to the show today. It's actually I'm excited to have you again as usual
You
in the
have to be
show.
excited. You have no option than to be excited.
Hey, okay, let me not say anything right now. Okay,
That's because you don't have anything to say. If, of course, you have something to say, spill it, my dear.
I'll get back to
The
you
floor is
later.
yours.
We're talking about Slovakia, and during the research we had, I just realized that Slovakia is actually a country that is still growing and it is developing very fast. It's actually a
True.
small country and it's developing very,
Very
very
fast.
fast. Like when you talk about very fast, like whatever it is they're doing, like it's growing like within
Rapidly.
rapidly. Like people are so excited. It's a beautiful country. Like I was always telling myself that I'll travel to this country, I'll travel to this country. But man, when I talked about Slovakia, when I looked at everything like the pictures and all of that, I just told
You were
myself
wide
this is
taking.
seriously like this is just a place for you to be. When you talk about safety, when you talk about business, when you talk about jobs, when you talk about other things, like Slovakia is just a place for you to be. When you talk about home away from home, Slovakia is a place for you to be. Slovakia is just beautiful. It's safe for you. So people who go for maybe when they go on a tour or maybe they want to just go for any business trip and all of that, like they don't just waste their time in doing anything. Like they just make sure they want to do what has taken them there to do. And the people in Slovakia, they will make sure you're having fun. They will make sure you're doing what is right. That is why I love the country, because when you talk about going to different countries and it's not safe, like maybe there's a particular country you go to now, like there are places now that are having issues,
Mm,
they're having a lot of challenges. You
true.
cannot find yourself there because you tell yourself that I can't be in this place right now because it's not safe for me. But then when I was excited because Slovakia is actually a place for you to be. And when you talk about crimes, it's actually very low. So then
True.
you can't just tell yourself that maybe, but then you just need to be safe.
Mm,
You just need to protect your things. You
at
just
all
need to be
cost.
careful at all costs. You just don't need to be careless about it. So then Slovakia is a place for you to visit. I don't know if a lot of people out there have heard about this country, but then when I started reading about this country, I was like, wow, this place is beautiful. People should know about it. People should try to visit. People should try to get to see such places and explore and do their businesses and all of that.
One thing about this media show is that it exposes one
True,
to
very true.
knowing more about countries that you've never heard of before. Because ideally, or should I say, in my small mind, I have never heard of this Slovakia before. And even if I am supposed to come across it, I'd rather just look at it as a small state under some country,
Yeah.
under some European country and all of that. But having studied and then, do some of my research on this country, I come to realize that the country is actually a very beautiful country, although it is small.
Yeah.
And they actually gained their independence like few years ago. But then, if you go to that country now, like as it is right now, you see a lot of development that even if they tell you that this country just gained independence for like few years ago, you
True,
wouldn't
you
want to
don't
believe
believe,
because the
yeah.
development there is very rapid.
Okay.
Like people are living their lives at stupor. They are
Yeah.
enjoying themselves. There's a lot of activities going on every now and then. There are lots of excitement even between themselves. And Slovakians are this kind of people that put so much importance to family and
True,
friends.
very
They
true.
value family as if, aside from family, there is nothing else
True.
on. I mean,
True.
there is nothing else on earth. So they really look up to their families, even if it is the last thing for them to do. They will still want to be on that edge for their family.
True.
That is to tell you that they value family a lot and they value friendship too. And even in terms of being accommodative to foreigners or to visitors, they are very accommodating. They are very friendly. They try as much as possible to accommodate you in the best of ways possible. And even at that, they try as much as possible that even if you don't even understand their language or whatever thing they speak, they will try as much as possible to to make you feel at home. And I think the only people that do not understand English there are the
Older
elderly
people,
ones, yeah.
yeah.
But then the young generations, you can interact with them. You can
In English
say
and
whatever thing you want to say with them. And for the fact that it's actually a developing country, they welcome new ideas. They welcome new initiatives. It's actually a place that you can go and see a lot of job opportunities, a lot of new things that you can initiate your dreams or your plans or plan, then making it grow, and then you make yourself of importance there with them because of the fact that you've seen an opportunity and you are making use of them. So they will not deny you any of this opportunity because they want to grow. They want to be there. They want to have
Sense of
that sense
belonging.
of belonging. So it's actually a place that one should go, and not only to go, but then even if you are determined to stay there, you can as well stay there because they don't have any issue. In terms of crimes, it's very, very low, like extremely low. As it is right now, this country tends to be the 28th countries that has no or less crime. That is to tell you that they are maintaining the rate of crime at a very subdued level. So that is to say that they are very, very conscious about crime and all of that. Aside from that, in terms of poverty, the rate of poverty there is at a very low level. You can't go there and see a lot of people living in abject poverty. Their life there is to some extent very fine. Like you hardly know or differentiate between the poor and the rich there because they live their life in a very ideal or more, normal way. So it's going to be extremely difficult for you to even differentiate between the rich one and the poor one. So I think it's a very nice country, and aside from the fact it's a nice country, it's a country that really wants to grow. So whatever idea you have about this country, you can go there, initiate your plan or initiate your idea, and then you make something big out of it. So I just feel if I have my way, right? If I have my way, I'll just jack back and go to Slovakia.
Wow,
Make I will
like
not even
seriously,
I will not
like
even I will not even I will not even go there with maybe the intention of coming. I can come back maybe to just come and see people like you, and then I'll go back because my
so we
intention,
will still be here waiting for you to go and come back and meet us,
I
right?
wouldn't know. So I'm speaking for
Just the way
myself.
you're having
I'm
plans of
speaking.
trying to jackpot, we want to jackpot as
So,
well.
so no, but let's not even dive into the issue of Jackma. But as it is right now, if I have the opportunity of traveling, I think this place will be the right
Yeah,
place for me to
Slovakia
go.
is actually more like a safe haven for
Yeah,
people
true.
because when you talk about the safety, like I'm just super excited about this particular country because when you talk about job opportunities, like so far as you have that thing that they
Idea.
want, the ideas they need, you're educated enough for them to hire you. You don't need to stress it. It's not the one that you need to know somebody. So far as this is what you can do, they are able and they're willing to take you to work with them. And then when you talk about trying to do business and all of that, they don't just leave you aside.
Hmm.
They try to take you along with them. They try to teach you some certain things about how life is in that particular place. They said in every city it is beautiful, like it is safe in all the cities in Slovakia.
Hmm.
Wherever it is you visit, even if you're going on a tour, maybe you're going for anything, like you just have somebody that is going to go with, somebody that is going to direct you, somebody that is going to tell you this is what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. So far as they value their family a
A
lot,
lot.
like
They see their
I
family
was
as a beacon,
like,
like
do
a
you
beacon
understand, like
rather
a
that they can
beacon.
they can they can anytime fall upon
They
or fall
protect
back
each
to.
other, they respect each other. You see them in different places. When you talk about going for small gatherings, maybe birthday parties or maybe picnics and all of that, they always want to go together. If you are a visitor, they welcome you into their homes. They try to show you some certain things about them, which we know that in some other countries it is not actually safe for you, or they are not really welcoming like that to
Yeah, it's
that
true. It's not every
extent
country that
for you
welcome
to feel,
foreigners.
yes, that will welcome foreigners and then take you to their houses and then there, try to teach you a lot of things. You see people walking around, going for a lot of activities, maybe going for shopping, going to do different things. Then you realize that the country is very clean again. Another part of it again that I was so excited about, because
Sorry,
when
I
you
don't
talk
think the
about
word clean suits what you're supposed to say or to define. Just say the country is very sweet.
oh wow,
Like it's just sweet.
okay, the country is sweet.
Country that you will not even know that this country has been given independence just of late.
True.
Like the infrastructures there, in terms of education, in terms of economy, in terms of health sector, in terms of like finance and everything, they are just top notch. I mean, top notch rather. And like one thing that strikes me about this country is that
Slovakia.
their cost of living, like if you are to compare
Yeah.
their cost of living with other European countries, you would tell, or you'll be able to tell that this country, like their cost of living is very
True.
low. Because if you are to compare with, okay, for instance, you have students or some group of students that come in to be learned, or to be learned and all of that, their cost of living there is at a very low rate, in the sense that even if you come as a student or as a foreign student, their hostels that they give out, they make sure that each student tends to occupy each room. And for this each room, every like free is free, whatever thing that you are ordering for is going to be free.
Free.
The only thing you need to pay is just your tuition fee. After paying your tuition
The tuition fee.
tuition fee, every other thing that you are going to be ordering is extremely free. And
So tell me why you won't enjoy going to school
do you know
or
one thing, do you know one
lectures?
thing that strikes me, or that I'm being excited about? The thing is, even their way of thinking into making money out of little things, like it's just a wonder for me, in the sense that, okay, let's take for instance, by the time these students go out, or probably they're on vacations or they're holiday or something, they try as much as possible that these rooms that are meant for students, they try to put them, or they try to use them as rooms that people can hire, maybe for instance,
for
and tourists, yeah, for
businesses, yeah.
business, or maybe for instance, all the tourists that come into the country, they can hire them and they can lodge in there and then pay some special amount of money, and then they just enjoying themselves to the fullest. That is, this school is still making money from tourists again. Aside from the normal school tuitions and all of those things that they benefit, they still benefit from these small lodgings that they give out to tourists. So this initiative is one thing that, if another country can copy, the problem is that it's not every country that have a very good hostel that you can even give out for accommodation or for rent or for stuff like that. But then, if it can be well equipped and be that top notch, why wouldn't you want to rent it out for you to make more money, since it's going to be left empty all through their
Yeah.
holidays and all? So I think it's a very good initiative
Of course,
for
like
them to making money.
people will always think that this business is just too small for me, or I'm too big for this business.
Why don't you
Or
just start
I
it
can.
up?
The thing is, once you start it, you realize there's one thing I always tell myself: consistency pays.
True.
Like, so far as you are consistent about this particular thing, like, you're not going to lose focus. You want to continue to do this thing. People in Slovakia, actually, they tell themselves that this is the right thing to do, this is the ideal thing to do, this is the little business I am going to do to actually bring in income for myself and actually develop some certain things. You see, you realize that when you start a little business, you tend to pay some little bills that you have, and then before you know it, you're growing into a bigger space and all of that. So then when they think of the renting out all these rooms, because, like, for, let's say for instance, for you and I that would travel and then we don't have a place to stay, of course we don't have plans of saying we're going to stay in a particular house or someone's house. So of course we definitely have to get somewhere that we're going to put out. So then when you talk about they thinking of that as business and all of that, for students especially, then when you think, of course, if you have such places, would you be excited to go to school?
Of
You
course
have,
you will.
like, everything is free apart from your tuition fee. You realize that when you're going to go to school, the food you eat and the books and all of that
It's
is given
free.
to you freely. So why would you be excited to go to school? A lot of people today don't even have the opportunity to go to school because they can't even afford all these things. But then when you realize you have this opportunity to be in such places, then take your education. Like, it should be something that you should not play with, you should not toy with. When you talk about being calm, Slovakia is actually a calm country, and they don't even fight with other states. They don't have issues. That is why they always want to do their things. They they mind their business, so they do what is right at the right time. Then when you talk about talking about violating crimes, maybe traffic orders and all of that, they always obey
Maintain
it.
their
And that's why
rules
they
and
said they have
regulations.
little or no road
Crime rate.
accidents and crime rates and all of that, because they keep to it, the rules and all of that. If other countries will actually develop, or like just to adapt such rules and be like, let's obey, especially traffic orders.
True.
Once you obey them, I think sometimes all these road accidents is being caused by
By
all
true,
of
yeah,
this. But
really
then
not taking
during the
cognizance of
research, we
traffic.
just realized that people in Slovakia actually take that very seriously. Like, they don't just joke with it. So then it's actually something for us to understand, that even if in the country where you are, try to start the change, try to be the change, try to be that thing that is going to bring the change in your own country. Don't wait for someone else to do
Come
that.
and do it
People
for
in
you.
Slovakia actually love each other. They take their family to be something very serious, and education again is something that they don't joke with.
True.
It is something that you need to, like, you have to, you don't have a
As a matter
choice.
of fact,
It is
it is a free
compulsory. Yes, it
education.
is free education, so why would you
Their
joke with
secondary
it?
school and higher education is extremely free.
So why would you joke with it? Why not just decide to go to school and learn something and be able to do something for yourself? Some people will tell you, I'll just go to school and then just drop the certificate aside. Okay, but then just go so that you have the knowledge and know you can actually train someone or teach someone or do something for yourself to earn a living and all of that. Try to be safe, because when you think of traveling to different countries and you think of doing some certain things, go to Slovakia. I'm not saying it is actually okay. Like, we know it is kind of expensive,
To travel
but to
out,
travel out, but at least you need to give yourself a treat. You need to understand that
that
I don't
money
need
has
to
to
be
be
in one place. It needs to
spent.
be spent. Like, are you just going to get the money and then tomorrow you just die without doing anything, without giving
Then your
yourself a
family
treat?
will, your family will come and come in and then start fighting over your riches and all.
Like, I
Spend
think
it
there's a
with
song
them.
that I listened to just this morning, and then you were saying, if you don't spend your money now and enjoy, when you die, some people will even use less the money that you
That's the
suffered for,
truth.
you
That's the
labored for.
truth.
So why not just try to take a stroll at least to Slovakia and then just have a treat, just enjoy yourself, eat different kind of meals, and just go
For the fun of
hiking,
it,
and
just
just
go
for the
for the
fun
fun of
of it.
it.
At least you have something to say. At least you enjoyed yourself and then you did all sorts of things that you want to do.
Meanwhile, they're actually friendly people, and it's almost impossible for you to meet someone that is rude or being
True,
aggressive.
very
Like, they
true.
are very free-minded people. They try as much as possible to accommodate you in the best way they feel they can, and they don't really throw racism to foreigners. They accept you for who you are. They accept you for the fact that this is how you are made and stuff like that. But then for the fact that they would probably want to hold some certain sentiment against you, they are not just those kind of people. And again, talking about sport in the country, they are sport lovers. They initiate, or they indulge themselves into sport, or the habit of sport, where you see almost everybody having bicycle. And like, when I saw the issue of them having bicycle, all like every now, I mean, for every one of them, I was wondering, so if every one of them has a bicycle, that is, the rate of accidents can even be minimized. And for the fact that every all of them are bicycle lovers, like, I feel there is this fun that you get when you see every people riding
Everybody.
bicycle with you and all of that. And it's not really about the fun too, but it's about you exercising your body too. It's about you maintaining that fit too. So I think it's a very nice thing, because it's more of like a network of bicycle skills, or bicycle skills all through the country. You see people riding bicycle just for the sake that they want to, keep fit, or
Yeah,
maybe they
of
want to,
course.
enjoy the fresh breeze and all of that. So I think it's a very nice thing. And then on weekend, you see them going out to for active sports, of which, even if you are a foreigner, you would be encouraged
Encourage.
to join into the activity too, because there is this feeling you get when you see people doing things, and then you are just being left aside.
True.
You are segregating yourself into joining them. You have this lonely feeling, and you have this feeling that maybe I'll be bored and all of that. But by the time you enter and then join the activity that they are into, you feel welcome and you feel at home too. So I think it's a very nice
Yeah.
thing as regards the issue of sport and bicycle riding.
Yeah, finding a job of any level in
It's very
Slovakia
free. It
is
means
not
very, yeah, it's
difficult.
very,
It's
very, very
easy.
easy.
Like you don't need to stress yourself and all of that. So the country is actively developing. So the labor market needs specialists.
True.
So of course, if you are actually in that position to get that job, why not just go and apply for it? Go and show them your skills, your talents. Like there are countries that will not even employ you as a foreigner. But then people in Slovakia will actually give you the opportunity to show them this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do, and then they work with you and they pay you. So far as you're helping them develop their country is still developing. So they're not even joking with taking people that are not experts and all of that. They will take you. In fact, they can even train you as well into doing what they want just to develop their country. So then let's take this opportunity. Slovakia is actually a beautiful place. Is a safe place for you to be. Is actually a place for you to travel and then just see how things are being done. You don't need to just stay in one place. Like how would you know what is happening in a different country? Even when you just read about it, it's not just enough. At least when you read about it, you understand that this thing is happening like this. I know how this is being done in this particular country. I know how this is being done in this particular place. So then you know how to differentiate different countries and what they do during the daytime and all of that. A normal lifestyle in Slovakia is actually something that people will always love to do. Their very nature is not to like for you to rush into it, but then
They don't like rush.
they don't like rush. Don't
like
rush
doing
them.
things
Like
ideally the
they
way
want
it's
to
supposed to
take
be
their
done.
time.
Ah, these
They
people
want
are,
to take their time.
these
into
people are like
doing
they are
it.
like my kind of person. Me, I'm even having this feeling that probably maybe my dad or my mom
It's from Slovakia.
Because all of these things that you're saying
Wow.
is beginning to like into my kind of person.
Please wake up and find yourself
Haven't
where
you
you are.
noticed?
No,
Okay,
I've
maybe
not
Mr.
noticed
Sam has
anything.
noticed.
Anyways, there's the life in Slovakia has many festivals and events throughout the year. Of course, from traditional folk festivals to modern music events, there's always something to enjoy in Slovakia. Be it anytime, whether you go around January to December, so far as you are there, you will definitely enjoy one activity or the other. No matter what, if you are there, you will definitely enjoy everything about them is just so beautiful. So that Slovakia has everything that you need, and then they said they are very open to foreigners, and then they take it as a compliment that you want to visit their country.
Imagine.
However, don't expect huge smiles and long conversations since they are very straightforward in a polite way. If you show them at least a basic knowledge of the language, they will be enthusiastic to
This
help
is so
you.
me. You are defining Tony for crying out loud.
Like
Wow.
you're feeling yourself, right? Like I'm
It's just
defining.
like them telling me more about myself, things I don't know about myself. This is you. This is exciting. This is interesting. Now I'm talking about the social. What's funny?
Like
Why are you making me feel
wow.
as if I am lying or I'm saying something that is not correct?
I'm sorry, you're from Slovakia. Let them catch
Mr.
you.
Sam, am I not correct? Then talking about their social life, Slovakia is actually a country with rich traditions and folk customs. Talking about the tradition, you talk about things that are outstanding, things that give them that identity that okay, this is who we are.
Yeah.
This is our way of living and all of that. And then there are these kind of people that are actually proud of their culture and carefully preserve the traditions for their or for of their ancestors because they feel tradition is a very valid thing, is a very it's an important thing that needs to be preserved, that needs to be held on to so that you don't go probably their future their children will not come back to or come into existence and then see nothing to see as their root or fall back to knowing to be their root and all of that. So that's why they see it to be something that is very important and then they try by all means to preserve it. If you are to look at some of the buildings in Slovakia, you realize that they have a lot of castles.
Yeah,
And
true.
these castles
Castles.
go back they go back to centuries like 5th century, 10th century, the 12th century and all of that. Although some of these castles though have been affected probably through fires or wars or destroyed through wars or fires, but then they still try by all means to keep them into shape, rebuild them for the sake of preservations and all of that. And they said they are actually they're actually open to foreigners, and they try as much as possible to let their culture known to everybody that comes through their way of dancing, their music, their songs, and so many things. And they have a lot of festivals and performances that are being organized throughout the year. So that is to tell you that there is a lot of activities going on in Slovakia, there is this particular activity that they do, or festival that they do every November. I think every 9th of November, where they pay respect to their ancestors. I think it's done like the whole of the country. Yeah, they try to set aside a day, and then all through that day there will be
Candlelight.
candlelight all over the country in order to pay respect, to pay homage to their loved ones, and all of that. And I
And from the
think
picture you see, it's very beautiful. A lot of people should, if you want to know what is being done, find yourself in Slovakia and do something for yourself. At least not just seeing it, not just talking
reading
about it, but
about
at
it.
least experience it. Just have that feeling of how they celebrate most of their festive periods and all of that. Then when you talk about people in Slovakia, they said they are not biased about
Not at
anything,
all.
not even your language or
Your
even
color.
age or even your skin color. Like they just show you the love, the attention, and all of that. They say anywhere you meet a Slovakian on the street, they will help you. Like let's say for instance, maybe you're looking for something, maybe you're just new into the country and then you need directions, or maybe you just want to know how things are being done, or you want to go for, maybe there's maybe a festive period and you want to know how you're supposed to dress and all of that. He said no matter what you need from a Slovakian, so even if you are a stranger, a foreigner, anything, you find yourself there, they will definitely help you.
we should have just used in brackets, but Slovakia, Tony Ghana.
Like
To
I
tell
don't
that-
understand you.
to
You
tell
that
that
asking
you are
for
trying to-
description of one thing,
You are
did you show
trying
me?
to you are trying to talk about me, like you are talking about
I don't
me
know
in this
about
show.
that. It's not you.
No,
Please.
the thing is you will
It's
not
not
know.
you
You will
because
not
I don't know because you're not showing me. So why not show me?
The thing is,
Stop telling other
the
people
thing
and
is,
please show
if you
it.
don't open yourself to me, how will I help you? I can't help you now unless you let it known to me that okay, this is what I want, and then I'll give it to you.
After this time,
Yes,
don't worry.
no
I'm
problem.
with you on this one.
But don't ask me to come and buy 5 alive for you.
But you know you're supposed to. But oh Lord, take it. You know, right? Anyways,
All right, let's go.
we've actually talked about a lot of things happening in Slovakia and all of that. Do you think we should just go or maybe a small time out, and then when we come
Okay.
back, we'll tell them lots more about it. Viewers, we're going to take a little time out, and when we come back, we'll tell you more about Slovakia. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. We're still the Midday Show live on Echo Television International, and we're still talking about Slovakia. I still have Tony in the studio. with me.
Slovakia, Tony Ghana in brackets. You're supposed to have included that.
Welcome
I'm
back.
just telling you.
At least let us hear a word that is Slovakia, and your name is not. Let them catch. Let them know if you're actually from them, or they named Slovakia
How would they know?
after
How
you.
would they know? They won't know now because I've been there since in the 80s.
Okay,
You know,
anyways,
as in
I am
you-
still talking about Slovakia. I don't care if you have been there. That means you're an old man. I'll come back to that. Slovakians actually often ranks among the safest country in many European rankings. Some serious crimes are rare in Slovakia.
Slovakia,
Like that's
crimes
why I'm
like-
so excited. Like I am excited. Like people that want to go on a tour to Slovakia, like they don't have a problem. The crime rate is very low, and like how do you feel? There are countries today that when you go, you don't want to even stay in one place because you're scared of when you're here, maybe something
you
can
don't know
happen.
what is going
But
to happen next.
then people in Slovakia are actually careful about anything that comes around them. That is why they want to always show that love. They don't even have issues with other states around them. Like they just want to show you that thing. It's more like, I think, okay, this should be named after me actually, because I love to see people smile.
See who
I
is
love to see
trying to
people
see who
happy.
is trying to take away my victory. Is it my victory? My glory. You're trying to take away my
No,
glory.
everybody's fighting for himself
This
because
is-
I know, like now I'm trying to put a smile on
On
your
a
face. Are
midday
you not
show,
happy?
Linda, you're trying to steal away my
You know, after this program, I'm going to
glory.
buy my drink.
What drink? Did I
Okay.
promise you any drink?
Anyways, that we'll talk about that. Wow, really? Don't worry, we're in this together. I don't have a problem. Anyways, when you love yourself and you want to give yourself a treat, please travel to Slovakia.
Hmm.
Slovakia is actually a place for you to be. You will forget about your
You
worries.
forget about your sorrows.
You forget about anything that is going to affect
You
you.
forget about your heartbreaks.
You just want to love
You
because it
forget
is
you forget about your breakfast.
actually, even if they serve you breakfast, we're sorry, but Slovakians are actually lovable people. When you find yourself in Slovakia, you will enjoy your stay there, no matter how long you're going to stay. They will definitely give you what you want, and they always deliver. Then when you talk about food, when you talk about some tourist attractions and all of that. Anyways, I know you want to talk about food, Tony.
As usual now.
Of course, you like
You
food.
you know. Mr. Sam, I understand. You know.
I love this. Like, I'm just happy that you're accepting the fact that you love food,
You know now. No be go, no be do or die.
but you just have to
I just
eat.
have to love it. So we have Huluski. Sorry, how did you pronounce
Haluski.
it? Haluski, sorry.
You see?
No,
See
the
the
thing,
fact that they
no, the
named
thing is,
Slovakia
no.
after.
The reason is there is this tone we have in pronouncing our own food. There.
Okay.
As a foreigner, that's why you are pronouncing.
Okay,
it
so
this
I'm
way.
the foreigner,
So
and you're asking me.
as an indigenous, it is supposed to be pronounced as Huluski. That is in our native language, actually.
Okay.
So this is how it's being pronounced.
God.
Take it or leave it.
Okay,
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
truth. So in this our native food, it is this is incredibly like a soft variety of potato dumplings, usually associated with Slovakia and then some country which they refer to as the Czech Republic. And then though this created with grated raw potatoes flour, and then they are typically being cooked as spread on the wooden board. Like you see them being spread on the wooden board. This food goes back to I think the 5th century actually, when we are eating ass. Then it was not done this way.
Eh.
But one thing about civilization, one thing about modernization, you will just come and start doing their own. So I want to believe that even the original taste of this food now has been lost, because
Okay.
I can actually attest to the fact that I have eaten it back in the days, and then coming to eat it now. The difference
Well
is
done, ancient of days.
the difference is there, but then the taste is actually like it's out of this world. It is heavenly. It is it is cute to test this variety of food actually.
Anyways,
And I want to believe that you are craving for this food right now. But
I
don't
am.
worry, don't worry. I'll take you to Slovakia.
thank you very
And
much,
then
because
I'll
I
give
really have to. I need the taste of this food. Like, I want to have it. Like, I want to eat it so that I know this is how it feels like. People who travel most times don't get to eat what they want to eat, because when I know of a lot of people that will call you and be like, I'm in this country and I don't like their food, or I can't eat this food, or I'm scared of eating this food, or all of that. People still travel just to explore a lot of things, so then the food is not left out. However it is, just give it a try, just
Sure.
taste it, so you just know this is how it is. If it is not something you can actually eat, then you let it be. We're not saying you should insult other people's food or try to be like, this is not good for me and all of that. No, if it is not good for you, it's good for them. So
And,
then
and come to think of it, there's this food that we are supposed to name after you actually. But
Okay,
then
which
I,
food is
I had
that?
I had to come into the process
Okay.
and ask them to, okay, let's not give let's not give this food that
That
name.
name.
But let's
and that's the food
let's
I'm about to talk about.
so I decided to remove the prefix. That is
Wow.
lalas. I decided to remove the
The la.
las. I mean the la there.
then you left the
leave
las.
the
So what
las
did you now
there.
name it?
I decided to name it as gulas. So that it won't be as if
I'm
the
in
name is
soup.
the name is yours. You get, but actually it's a nice food. And for the fact that I know you like meat was why I had to name this food after you, because this is
I
actually
feel
a meat.
attacked, but I thank the Lord. No problem. Anyways, traditionally, goulash is a hearty meat stew served with dark red sauce
Just the way you want it, the way you like
that
it.
is heavily seasoned with paprika. Oh Lord. Through history,
It is
this
not
dish
paprika. It
and
is not paprika. Do you
please
know how to
allow me,
pronounce-
please. It's not my country. The two countries have created their unique versions, slightly different from the original. It's usually consist of beef, pork, or goat meat. So it's browned and simmered alongside onions for hours until the broth thickens. There are numerous varieties of this roasting dish, including the ones with different meat cuts, thicker and thinner broth types, potatoes, carryaways, seeds and all of that, and sausages and mushrooms. So this meal, actually, I thank you for naming this meal after me, because you know how I
Go
love
on,
meat,
go
and I
on.
am excited to talk about it. Thank
Praise me.
you, Tony Slovakia.
Yeah, you can say that again.
For this, like when you talk about this meal, actually one of the meal that they love is more like a traditional thing.
True.
And mostly they do it is more like it's something that they do, like I think every time. And it is delicious, of course, because anything that has to do with meat, just forget about it. Like you eat it, be it pork, goats, or beef,
Let's
and all
go
of that.
there.
Let's just go there. Like I know I love meat a lot, so then this is actually something that people should love to taste. If I find myself in Slovakia, this should be the first thing I should
You
eat.
should please remove that if.
Okay, when I
I
find
find
myself in Slovakia, this is the first
your
meal.
head is
So
there.
viewer out there, I hope you're planning on eating the same meal with me, because I love meat.
It was named after.
And it was named
actually,
after me, truly.
from the
Gulas.
word lalas to
To
gulas.
gulas. So
Yes.
please don't forget to have something to eat. Don't forget to do something for yourself that's going to be exciting.
True. Then we have siski. This siski is actually like it's probably the first European style donut to appear, followed by similar varieties in other countries. But these pastries are traditionally prepared with leavened dough donuts, and then it is deep fried until golden and drippy on the outside, while they remain soft, light, and hairy on the inside. Though this can be prepared plain, they are most often filled or topped with jams, vanilla, chocolate custard, while the top is usually dusted with powdered sugar or drizzled
I love
with
this.
chocolate. The origin of this graphene dates back to the 9th century, actually, according to me, and the recipe in German can be found as early as the 14th century.
Wow.
You know, when I was reading this, I was just beginning to remember when I was documenting this down,
God.
and then my
Please, you need to come back. Please, I need you back. Please, come back.
Yeah, I'm
come
just trying
back.
to reflect.
Thank you very much.
I'm just trying to
Come
reflect
back.
back to what I wrote, what I documented for the sake of posterity, so that people like you will come and read
Wow.
and have a lot of knowledge as regards stuff like
Thank
this.
you very much. It's actually an opportunity. for
Yeah,
me.
of course.
God bless you, sir.
Mhm.
God bless
So this is actually something that you need to taste, because it actually looks like, no, it's actually a donut anyway, but
it
then
is,
the
it's a
taste is
donut.
different. We have a lot of vanilla put inside, a lot
It's
of
something
chocolate.
we can actually do over here. So don't.
No, I can teach you. I can teach
No.
you. But you'll have to give me some stipends.
Really.
Yes, as an appreciation.
I'm sorry, I don't want you to teach me. Thank you very much. I know how to do it already. Mr. Sam is going to, because he knows better than you do. Thank you. He was there before, so I'm sorry. So
I
don't
took him
think
there
like,
actually.
but he knows better than you do.
You
So
can't
thank you
tell.
very
You
much.
can't tell.
Anyways, we have another meal, which is the kapusnika.
Yes, were you there? You pronounced it accurately. You were there. I guess.
This is
you were
actually
there.
like a soup that is being made, and then is a winter time dish with a rich flavor. And then coming from a variety of added smoked pork products. You understand? Sausages and dried mushrooms. Kapusnika is related to a number of similar soups found throughout Eastern and Central Europe, but in Slovakia it is sometimes served with their meal potato dumplings mixed with a creamy sheep cheese. So this is actually something
Ooh
that
la
you should
la.
try as well. Just give it a try. It's a soup, so that you know most times they always have this, like maybe at supper.
Cravings,
And yeah, of course. So
cravings.
You see why I said you like food?
Cravings,
Like, I know I like food, though, but yours, oh Lord, like you just want, you don't want to hear.
but were you
Your-
just looking to the screen when you were talking about this?
I was
Like,
trying
look
to
at
see
how
the
it
soup,
was like, Tony, come. Like, I was just trying to, I was
Okay,
just
he was
trying
calling
to,
your
yeah, it was
name
cool. I
like
was
he
trying
was
to respect
inviting
myself, but if not, he would have seen me inside the television.
This actually looks very beautiful, so I'm sure the taste is going to be something that you don't want to forget.
true.
If your taste buds are working well, please try this meal and
Patience,
don't
I
forget.
know you are craving for this right now, but don't worry, I got you.
Anyways, we have a lot of tourist attractions in Slovakia. Of course, you can't just go to Slovakia and then you know a lot of things about them. You know how their food is, and then you know how they go about it is safe and all of that. Why wouldn't you want to go on a tour? Why wouldn't you just want to go on one of
That's
the
the
places
most
for you to
exciting
visit?
thing
Of
to do,
course,
I swear.
that's the most exciting thing to do. Don't just eat food and stay in one place, but at
And
least
sleep and grow pot belly like no, not
like
me,
you.
not like
So
me.
one of the places we have the Orava Castle. Is set upon a craggy hilltop amid a verdant forest that tumbles down its steep slopes. Orava Castle certainly looks impressive.
Wow.
As rolling hills lie off in the distance and the Orava River runs below its imposing cliff face. Like just from the description alone, when you just see it's like you know it's a place for you to be. Some people who have phobia for heights should not please go there. But then he said one of the most beautiful castles in the whole of Slovakia is Orava Castle. It was built all the way back in the 13th century. So although earlier wooden palisades and once
Fortifications.
occupied its prominent outcrop, as each generation added its own touches and additions, the castle boasts a variety of architectural styles.
True. Talking about this castle, there's this feeling you get when you're on top of a castle or the mountain, and then you look at the landscape, like
Yeah.
landscape of a
Like
particular
how
place,
beautiful
and then you
it
see
is.
the
Like
overall thing, and then you're like,
it's so
wow, my
beautiful.
land is this beautiful. I emanated from this place, and that feeling is just out of this world. And which is why, first things first, when you arrive at Slovakia, personally, I'll do you the
The
honors
honor.
by taking you there.
I want to go.
I can even lodge you. I can lodge you for like 2 months, 3 months.
Is that how you put talk in Slovakia?
Yeah, yeah. This is how we speak
I
English
love
there.
this.
It's
Okay.
not our native language, but we have to like phonetize it a
Yeah.
bit to to blend with Europe to
Okay.
some extent. Then we have the Vikolinik. This is one of the only remaining folk villages in the whole of Central Europe, and this is full with impressive architecture with traditional log houses lying next to a beautiful chapel and antique old bell tower. They say it's a very quaint and charming place to visit, and then the tiny village is set in a spot amidst the forest-clad hills and fields, with mountains seen in the distance. Then, as such, there are many great hikes you can do in this surrounding area. Actually,
Of course.
beside that, there is not all that you can do other than to take the peaceful, laid-back atmosphere and marvel at the
The
fine
fine
folk
folk
architecture.
architecture.
There's this feeling you get when you just have your eyes being fixed on the sky, and then you start reminiscing, you start thinking about your life. What have I done wrong? Who are
Correct.
those people that I have offended? Okay, let me go back and make amendments. Let me make correction. Let me make peace with people. Like that feeling you get, like see if you are in your dying moment. You get that's what you get when you stay here.
Wow.
Believe you me, I've been there now. I've experienced it, so I know what it feels like. And that's what I'm telling you. And I had to go solemn so that you understand the feeling you get.
Like, I can just imagine you're in it already, and then how everything is just working
the
out for
feeling
you.
you
How
get.
you're just like you're.
You
Anyways,
get.
it's actually a beautiful thing when you find yourself in a place that is peaceful. To start with, because most times you just don't need all the places. Like the scenery is just something else. Like for you to find a peaceful place for you to just relax, you said you can even go for hiking, you can just go with friends, sit down, gist, talk about a lot of things, talk about life, like just live the moment. That's the idea. Live
Enjoy
the
that
moment.
moment.
Like
You
just
only
enjoy
live
it.
once.
You only live once.
Collect.
So yes, that's the truth. And then when you
Yes,
find
so-
yourself in such places, just explore the land. Do what is going to be peaceful for you. Do what is going to make you happy. They say we should always be happy. So of course I want to be happy. So I just need to give myself a treat. So traveling to Slovakia should be one of the plans that many should have today, because it's actually a peaceful place. It's a calm country. It's a place where you want to find yourself. It's a place where you want to belong. It's a place where you want to do a lot of things. Are you talking about business or jobs or all of that? It is available for you. Just make sure you are willing to deliver. You are willing to do what is right. Another tourist site we have the Bajejo. Actually a delightful historic center for you to explore. As I said earlier, if you want to explore a lot of things, find yourself in Slovakia and do what is expected of you. So the well-preserved medieval town of Bajo is certainly worth a visit if you have the chance. It's hard to imagine a more picturesque place. I said life in the small town revolves around its beautiful marketplace. And then just as it did all those centuries ago, a number of fine Gothic and Renaissance townhouses around the elegant church of Saint Agidius, which lies at its heart. Like there is also a splendid old synagogue for you to check out. There are places for you to see yourself, as well as a small Jewish quarter which is actually sadly all that remains in the town, once thriving Jewish population. So it's actually located in the northeast of the country. So then if you find yourself in this particular place, just try to enjoy the place, like the buildings and all of that. They said they have a lot of things that you need to do, places for you to visit, things like, why not just give it a try? Why not just enjoy this moment? Live the moment. Do what is going to make you happy, because it is something that we need to do and we need to
You
know.
will need those memories at your dying hours or dying bed or something.
Really? Okay, that's for you though.
No. It can't be for me. It can't be for me. So we have the Slovak Paradise National Park, and this encompasses a wide array of wide and rugged landscapes. The Slovak Paradise National Park is a breathtaking, beautiful part of the country to explore. Deep canyons, valleys, and then river cut through the endless forest on shore. The scenery is actually and absolutely stunning wherever you go. And then the dense undergrowth, you can find sparkling waterfalls, deep rocking gorges with astounding, caves, ice caves that just one of it is the main attraction. That is to say that there are a lot of attractions here. You can go there. It's not just for the fact that it is only breathtaking, but for the fact that there are other things that will entice you to even remain there for the rest of your life. That kind of feeling that
Of
you
course.
you go to a place and you be like,
Like, I was
wow,
thinking about
there are a lot,
climbing this place
there are a
and
lot
I
of
was
things to explore here. Why don't I do more research there, get to know things, be familiarizing myself with a lot of things, natural stuff and all of this. So, and that's why they even refer to it, or they name it to be Paradise National Park. That is to say that there are a lot of fine things, there are a lot of beautiful
there are a lot of fine things, right? Like, anyways, it's actually a beautiful
no, but think
place.
of it.
Like
When
the ladders
when anybody do mention of
Slovakia.
no paradise to you, what comes to your mind? It's
No,
not
of
fine
course,
things.
of course, yeah, beautiful
So
things,
not beautiful, fine
no,
things.
please, beautiful things. It's awesome, like that's the word, because like expensive things. And then to talk about climbing the ladder with the water going up and all of that. Like when I was doing the research, I was like, wow, if I find myself in this place, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, what if
Nothing
you
is
just
happening. I hold. No, don't worry. I've got you. Don't worry. Nothing will happen. I will deport you back to Nigeria. So nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
well, so you bring me.
I will deport
Anyways,
you back.
it's not a problem. Thank you very much. Today, like, I know you're out for me, but the Lord is my strength.
I
On
have
Christ,
to.
the
I have to.
solid
I have to.
rock
I have to
I
hit
stand.
it hard on
Thank
you.
you very much. Anyways, we have another one, and I think maybe this should be the last tourist attraction, should be the courses. That over the centuries, courses has been ruled by everyone from the Hungarians and Turks to the Seasons and Slovaks. As such, there is a myriad of amazing monuments, statues, and cultural landmarks for you to check out. Of course, if you want to check out a lot of things, why not go to all these tourist attractions and places where you know that you can actually do something for yourself? Be excited, live your life, do what is going to make you happy, because you have a lot of things to do. Why not start now? Time does not wait for anyone.
Nobody, my
Try to
brother
be
and
happy.
sister.
As you said, they named Slovakia after you.
Tony Ghana, please.
And
Slovakia, Tony Ghana in brackets.
anyways, it was actually exciting talking about Slovakia with you.
Yeah,
Tony.
it's
Thank
quite
you for always doing
it's quite exciting. It's quite exciting actually.
this. I don't know why you like feeling yourself, but anyway.
I'm not feeling myself. I'm telling you
you.
what is the truth, the basics of
I know
things.
they want you to take you to
But
next.
to our viewers, please, it's
our
all
next
a joke.
episode.
I don't even know where Slovakia is in this,
You better
in this
confess.
corner of this world.
Anyway, Slovakia is actually a beautiful place for you to be, for you to explore. So why not give it a try, right? Thank you for doing this with me, Tony. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for staying with us and watching this beautiful episode of the Midday Show live on Echo Television. I hope you had fun. Stay tuned and have a beautiful day ahead.